And there she is, Randy. She is waiting for you. Rosie, not quite 2 years old. Tom Dock is with us from Noah's Animal Hospitals. And Tom, you brought some friends.
I brought some friends, and this is in observance of World Snake Day. Just quick facts. There's 3,500 species of snakes. Only about 600 or so are poisonous, and only about 200 of those 600 are dangerous to people.
So is that one poisonous?
This one is not poisonous. This is a ball python. Her name is Rosie. She is not quite 2 years old. She belongs to a little 8-year-old girl who's a daughter of someone I work with. She's handled every day, and she is one of the most popular types of snakes that is in captivity right now as far as a pet.
A pet.
Interesting. I want, as a pet, so what do people need to know? Because you hear stories a lot of times that maybe they're not taken care of as properly as they should be.
Yeah, and so research all the time. First of all, how big is the animal going to get? How long are they going to live? Rosie can live 60 years.
Oh,
60
right.
years?
And then we were talking during the break, there's another favored pet called a Burmese python, which is in the same family as these ball pythons. They get to be 21 feet long, and people are letting them loose in the Everglades. They are now a nuissance, an invasive species in the Everglades.
She's looking at me.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put her up, and I'll get the other one out too.
I mean, people don't want to keep them, Tom. What should they do with them?
Well, there's lots of rescues and even some captive breeders. No, you don't, sweetheart. Some captive breeders that may want to go ahead and take advantage of a snake like that. Now, Rosie may, or this is Spirit, and she may be a little less likely to want to come out. Let's see how she does here. Good girl.
Does she bite?
She can't. I mean, any animal can bite, but this is a hognose snake. You see the upturned nose right there. Again, snakes are so important to pest control. These little guys will eat rodents as well as some lizards and other kind of pests. And it's really, they're kind of cute. This is as big as she gets. She's 2 years old.
Okay.
And she's not going to get any better.
What part of the country?
These can be found in Mexico and even in the southwest U.S., in Madagascar, as well as South America. I don't recall the exact species she is.
And her underbelly, it's interesting because she's got black and yellow underneath too.
It's beautiful. I mean, the design.
Yeah.
It's just
and that's what attracts people. You know, they want something different. Everybody thinks dogs and cats are cute and pretty and everything like that, but they want something more unique. You want to go back in there? You going to hiss for us?
Let's go back in. See ya. Bye.
Hey, can you get off my hand? There you go. Wow. And then we've got other exotics that aren't snakes. You know, sometimes people like things like tortoises. This is Boris, the Russian tortoise.
Hi, Boris.
Boris is, of course, going to hide. Boris actually was in the clinic today because he needs his beak trimmed and his nails trimmed.
We'll see. Talk about nails today there, Randy. Exactly.
Perfect timing.
Boris has to get them done.
Right, and if he doesn't get his beak trimmed, he can't eat properly. Now, they'll eat broad, green, leafy vegetables, and these guys are from kind of the Afghanistan-Russian region, as you might think. And there's, again, they're all captive bred. That's the nice thing. And that's one thing you want to look for. Don't get a wild-caught animal. They're going to be full of parasites. They're going to be problematic. And there are certain things we'll talk about in a second here that you need to be thinking about whenever you handle these animals yourself, especially children.
I understand it likes to drive cars, and when it runs out of gas, it goes to the Shell station.
The Shell station. That was a good one. That was a really good one. And our final one here, this is Pedro.
Oh, yes,
and
Pedro.
Pedro's cage is a little more challenging than the other ones. So
you need some nails there, Tom, to get that up.
I need some nails to.
Oh, that is a little more challenging, isn't it?
There we go. I think we got it.
Okay, there we go.
All right, Pedro is a 10-year-old bearded dragon, again belonging to one of our employees. And these guys, my understanding, I've never had one, are very loving. They love to sit on people's chests or even take baths with them.
Take baths?
Take baths with
Randy,
them.
you could put him in your bath.
I don't think so. No, it's okay.
Very personal. I was watching him during the break, and he was just watching people walk back and forth. So he was really interested in what's going on. But again, what kind of animal, how big are they going to get, what kind of enclosure are they going to need? Because you can't let these guys, for the most part, run loose in your house.
And you were talking about, we got about 30 seconds, but children handling them, or really anybody, things that you need to be aware of and be careful of.
They all shed salmonella. Salmonella bacteria. So if you have a pet like this, you want to make sure that Hand washing is super important. Teach the kids early. And if there's anybody immunocompromised in the house, they should not handle that animal.
Wow. I
Okay,
didn't
so
know
make
that.
sure that we are washing our hands. And
Yeah.
again, the final thing, probably most important thing I'm going to say, you can't just go out here in Indiana and pick up a red-eared slider, a box turtle,
Right.
you know, a garter snake. Those are all protected species here in Indiana, so you cannot keep them as pets.
So where do people get these?
Reptile shows and pet stores,
okay.
and they can order them online. And again,
Wow.
it used to be all wild-caught animals that were full of parasites and scared, like ball pythons that wouldn't eat for a year. Now all these, most of the time we're coming across, they're captive bred. I don't want to say they enjoy people, because I
Yeah,
don't know that,
right.
but it seems like, especially like bearded dragons, do enjoy the company, and so I think
So
more of a
interesting.
domesticated species.
Extroverts.
Extroverts, reptile extroverts, yeah.
Oh, Pedro. He's done a pretty good job. He's just hanging. He could be Indy style pet, perhaps. Pedro
Yeah.
pet, something like that.
We'll work on that.
Then you
Okay.
could take him home to your bath.
Yeah, you
So
can take
there
him
you
home.
go.
Amber, take him home with you after the show.
I'm
today.
good. I'm good. All right, Tom, thank you so much.